Hello and welcome to this, our first video in the worked examples series. In these films, I'm going to open up Excel and show you some of the things that we do in our day job. And in this first one, I'd like to show you how when you look deeper at numbers, they can sometimes tell a different story to what you see in the first instance. And to do that, I'd like to show you this profit and loss. This is a simple set of accounts that you might see. Here I'm looking at two quarters, quarter one and quarter two, and you can see sales are increasing, costs are also increasing. You'd expect that when sales go up. And the profit margin is dropping a little bit, but overall the company is making more money. It'd be easy to look at this and say, this is a good set of accounts. Maybe they can look at making a bit more profit, but their turnover is going up and their gross profit is going up. All in all, things are going in the right direction. But I'd like to show the numbers that I've used to make this. And I think that that will show you that there's more to this story. So within these accounts, we have 6 months, 3 in quarter one and 3 in quarter two. And then we have services and goods. So this business is selling services and it's selling goods. It has labour cost, which relates to the services, and goods cost that relates to the goods. And I'd like to show you now that if we take that profit and loss, we could display it a bit like this. In fact, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to go services, sales, labour costs, and then I'm going to go, we'll need to put profit in there, and then I'm going to put goods underneath. Sales, goods cost. And let's get this linked up to our numbers above. And we can do a quick profit. Same here, we'll link the numbers up. And then calculate the profit. So we can see from this that this company is making 6,000 of its profit in month one from services and 2.5 grand from goods. We can now build in a gross profit margin as well. It's quite a good margin here, right? Not so good there. But what happens over time? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag these numbers across. It will copy all those formulas from above. Now we can see that in this business, we've got services where the gross margin is remaining stable at 60%, and so the profit is going up. But then with goods, the sales is remaining constant, but the cost is going up. Now, this could be that they're selling just as much as they always have, and the price their suppliers are charging them has increased. Or it could be that they're putting their prices up, but selling less of the goods. At this point, we can't tell in more detail, but we can tell that they are making less profit every month. Now, I think this is really useful to see because you can take our original profit and loss and you can say, well, it looks like they're not making quite as much money as they used to, but they're doing okay. And now we can take these numbers and say, on their labour, they're making just as much money as they always have. But for some reason, they're not making as much money as they used to when they sell goods. And in fact, by the end of this period, they are losing money every time they sell goods. Notice in this example as well, it's getting worse and worse each month. So if this isn't noticed quickly, it could continue getting worse, and the business could soon find that they are losing so much on the goods that there's no point doing the service work. This is how I would look at numbers, just to get under the skin of them and to try and understand what's going on and how a company is making profit. But I don't want to stop here because I want to show you this in a graph as well. So let's take some of these numbers and put them in a graph. If I was looking to do that, I would go month. Let's do profit margin. No, excuse me, let's do profit. There's all sorts of graphs available within Excel, but the one that I think will show this best is going to be a bar chart with services and goods grouped like that. Can you see, instead of one for each month, one group for each month, I want services grouped and then goods grouped. And we can see now that we're making a bit more money each month on services, but on goods we are losing money. I think this will help to demonstrate to the people responsible for making the profit that it's not going as well as it used to. Now, this is something I like to do to my graph, so I'm going to show it to you. Let's just play with these colours. The oldest month being the lightest colour. Building up to the newest month being the darkest colour. Every good graph needs a title, gross profit over time by income type. And here we go. I think this now demonstrates quite nicely how the business is not, well, excuse me, showing where the business is doing well and where the business is now losing money. I want to show you one more graph as well. Let's graph the gross margin. I think pictures are a fantastic way to understand numbers, so whenever I can, I will include them. Often they can just make a point much more clearly and much more quickly to the person you're trying to get the message across to. In fact, let's get this, let's get it underneath. And you'll see here we've got the gross margin saying constant for our services, but the gross margin reducing significantly for our goods. The combination of these two graphs can form the start of a really good board pack to start explaining what's happening behind the numbers. And I hope you can see that in comparison to this, giving them this allows the people responsible for change to understand the numbers that they need to use in order to make a difference. This is the first in our worked example series. I hope you found it useful, and I look forward to bringing more to you in the future. If there's anything you'd like to see me working through in Excel, please let me know, because I'd be very happy to hear your ideas and build them into my plans.